morning. Happy Tuesday. I did not record at all yesterday. I was going to, but I didn't feel great. I don't know. I was really tired, and I just needed some time to rest. I'm sorry. There are people driving in, and this is really awkward. Anyway, happy Tuesday. I will film a little bit later. I have some things to go do this morning, so I'm going to get on it. Good morning and happy Wednesday. It is our early release day, and I have a class this afternoon on small group reading instructions, so should be interesting. And I think that's it. Last night I worked on getting grades in the grade book. We have a window where we can't enter anything while they are printing out our report cards and things like that. So I caught myself up from last Friday was our Thursday, Friday were our conferences. So from then, and I graded just like I do every night. I worked till about 8:30 or 9. Then I went to bed, and it was wonderful because I read. I just finished reading, and I partially listened to. I checked it out from the library, and I also own the hard copy of Summer of '69. It was good. It was just drama, and but it was good, well written. Ellen Hildebrand wrote it. Anyway, finished that, and now I'm listening to Surprise Me by Sophie Kinsella. Just started that last night a little bit, and then this morning on my way to work. So I'm going to head in, and it's about almost 6:40, so I'm a little bit late today. Not late, and I'm an hour early, but late for me. Anyway, I'm going to head in, get a little bit of stuff done, and I will pop on later today or tomorrow. Good morning, happy Thursday. Yesterday was pretty good. We had about 45 minutes of work time, and then we had a class. Everybody signed up for whatever. Anyway, today, Thursday, 6:30, I'm heading in. I don't really have that much to do. I have some games that I'm going to get ready, though, for the kids. What I decided to do was for some of the morning time that we have, because we have the kids in the classroom for their morning recess now. No outside time because there's too many. So I bought a pack of games on Teachers Pay Teachers, and I will show you them. They're actually super cute. I love them. They're math games. I printed and laminated 2 per each game, and I'm going to let the kids play with their table partner, or they could even play alone, doesn't really matter, but they each will have their own game board. They each will have their own game markers and dice. That way nobody's touching the other person's things. At first I was going to collect the game pieces and dice and clean them. But then I thought, no, I'll just make a bag for everybody, and they can use those no matter what the game is. So hopefully they won't lose them. That would stink, but I think they'll probably be okay. And I'll just have them keep them in their crate seats, and then they can use them for whatever game they want to play. That's my plan for this morning. I'll show you a little bit when I get inside. See you soon. Okay, so here I am in my classroom. Let me show you what I did. I took these cute little, what do you call them, frozen bags. It's just what I happen to have. And I put in 10 counters and 3 dice per kid. And I have enough for 1 per child. I should probably write their names on them. Yeah, I think I should. And then here are the games. And it's by, who is it by? Games and Learning. And Games for Learning. I'm sorry, I can't read. And so I'm going to let the kids at the table will have to pick the same game, but then they can, like this one has dice counters in 2 different color. Each player uses a different color, so one will use this game board, the other one will use this game board, and then they'll do that for, you know, a day or two, I would say. And then these are easy just to wipe off, and then they can go on to another game another day. So this one does have little parts to it, but I figured that wouldn't be too hard to wipe those down because there's only 15 little tiny cards per bag. But that's the only one so far that I have come across that has little extra parts. The rest are just dice, and I put 3 in each bag because a couple of the games call for 3. So I thought that might be a way to let them do something kind of centery, and if this works out well, I will do it with other things, and I can always add other little whatevers to the bags, like a spinner or, you know, something that I have. So that is my plan for keeping them occupied at their seat while I'm doing small group, which will be real small, like me and one other child at the back table. So that's my plan. Good morning and happy Friday. It's about 6:40 and I'm headed into school. I'm having a hard time breathing today. We have a fire going on at Crown King in Arizona right now, and the air quality is really bad. It's super duper strong. It smelled when I walked out the door this morning, and it's windy naturally also. It smelled like everybody in the neighborhood had their fire pit going, and it was really strong. So today's going to be a little bit of a struggle, but maybe the mask is a good idea today because at least it will filter out some of that, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, today got a few copies to make for next week. I already have my lesson plans done for next week. That like never happens. So I did that last night, and I am just gonna make some copies, and I think that is all I have to do. The games yesterday, the bags that I showed you that I made with the dice and the game tokens inside, went over really, really well. The kids loved it. I gave them about 5 extra minutes after the bell rang to keep playing. They were having such a good time. It almost felt like normal school, and it was wonderful. So that was definitely a thumbs up. I'll show you some more activities if I can tonight or tomorrow or Sunday when I film, of some rolla stories that I'm going to use. So we're getting the math in, the math practice, but I also want to get some writing and reading in. So that's my plan for next week or week after, whenever I actually get them ready and done. I have a lot of them actually ready and done. I'll show you this morning. I'm going to head in, and I will talk to you soon. Good morning and happy Saturday. I am heading out in a few minutes. It's almost 10, so I'm getting a very late start, but I'm going to look for a couple garage sales. And then I do have to run back in really quick. After I film this, I'm going to run in and grab a book. I have a library book that is overdue that I need to return. It's a kid's book. I don't even remember what it was, but I don't think I read it, which stinks. But anyway, I'm going to return that. I'm going to get the car washed. I am going to maybe go to Barnes & Noble and sit. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, I will take you along for the journey. I did not get to show the rolla stories that I was going to show yesterday. Sorry, I'm a little bit hoarse. I didn't get to show those because I ended up talking to my coworkers until we were talking out some things until the kids came in at 7:40. So didn't have time to do that, but I do have a couple rolla stories that I downloaded, I think for free on Teachers Pay Teachers. So I'll show you the general idea. I did buy a whole set though a couple of years ago on Teachers Pay Teachers, and they're awesome. They're by month, by kind of holiday theme, and the kids really like them. And it's another way to use dice, and they could use the game pieces to mark their rolls that you roll for the problem, the character, and the setting, they could mark them. But anyway, another fun way to use dice in your classroom in the morning. Anytime. I'm using them in the morning because that's when the kids are there early. Anyway, I'm going to head out. I'm going to run back in, grab my book, head out, and I'll talk to you soon. Got back in my car with the book, and now I'm a little bit sad because now I'm remembering that I really liked this book. I didn't read it all, but it's book 2 in the series. I think it says that somewhere. I think I'm not making that up. Yeah, volume 2. Sorry, I'm trying to look through my camera and the glare is pretty bad. I think I might, maybe I'll go in. I don't know if the library's even open, like for people, but maybe I'll look for book 1 and then check this one out another time. But it was really good. So the part that I read, I will tell you more if I get book 1. Hello, I am back and it's still Saturday and I'm still working. I actually took a nap earlier because I just felt like it, so I did, because Saturday. But anyway, I wanted to show you what I've been waiting to show you for a little while now. I bought this at Hobby Lobby. I think I mentioned, I want to say a few weeks ago. I can't even believe that we've been back in person for 3 solid weeks now. Time is flying, like it always does during the school year and every other time. But anyway, about 2 weeks ago, I went to Hobby Lobby and I bought this cool box. Now, this is an idea that I got from a fellow teacher tuber, and her name is Kim, and she's from Elementary in the Mitten. She's adorable and she has really great ideas. I used to do something like this a long time ago, and I would use a treasure box to introduce, back then I taught 2nd grade, so mostly picture books or really short chapter books like Flat Stanley. That one I used to do this with a lot. But anyway, inside the treasure box are clues that let the kids know what the next book you're going to be reading is about. Well, so Kim had found a treasure box in the dollar spot at Target that was $3, and it was about this size, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm totally gonna do that again. And I have no idea where my treasure box went. I wanna say it had like, the one I used to have, it had like gemstones on it. It was really kind of cool, but if I even still have it, it's in a box so deep in the garage, I may never make it out. So I went to Hobby Lobby, I got this. I wanna say it was $20, but that, and it wasn't on sale, which there's stuff, if it isn't on sale, you use your 40% off coupon, so I only paid like 12 bucks for it or something. Anyway, it's really cool because it comes with this handy dandy little carrying strap, and the latch, if you can see it, I mean, the kids are gonna love to open that. And so to build up excitement and suspense about what your next unit is gonna be about, this works great. You could do it even with math, with social studies for sure, but I call it my treasure box, and I always tell the kids, reading truly is magical to me, and it takes you to places that you can't always necessarily go, and so it just kind of works right into the theme of treasure. Anyway, I am going to insert a video clip here. I laminated, okay, first, I found pictures on Bing that go with our next unit in Benchmark Advance. Our next unit in Benchmark Advance is about characters and their influence on what happens in stories, basically. I don't probably think I said that exactly right, but characters, and they use folk tales, fairy tale, not really fairy tales, but they some of the trade books that they recommend are like the Cinderella story in different places in different languages. So sorry. So they allude to fairy tales, but they use Aesop's fables. They use the very first story that we're going to read is The Dog and the Bone. If you're not familiar, that's the one where the dog is has a bone in his mouth, and he looks over the edge of the bridge into the lake, and he sees his own reflection, but he thinks he's seeing a bigger dog with a bigger bone in his mouth, and he wants to bark and get the dog's attention and make him open his mouth and drop his bone so that the dog can scoop it up. And the moral of the story is be satisfied with what you already have. Don't always go looking for and assuming that something out there is better. And then the other one is one that I had never heard of before, but it's called The Ant and the Dove. And it's about a dove who saves an ant from drowning, and then the ant pays back the favor by helping the dove escape a hunter. The ant goes and bites the hunter on the leg so that the dove can go free. So it is, the moral of the story is kindness and pay it forward and help one another. And anyway, they're both really great morals, I think. Keep looking over at my computer. I don't know why, because I've already gotten rid of all the stuff I was copying. But anyway, I sent a bunch of pages of stuff to my printer from Bing, and what I decided I would do is, and again, I'll insert video here. I just laminated them and cut them all out, and now I will, I don't know how to insert video here. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Anyway, I'll put it at the end. Who cares? all the stuff I was copying. But anyway, I sent a bunch of pages of stuff to my printer from Bing, and what I decided I would do is, and again, I'll insert video here. I just laminated them and cut them all out, and now I will, I don't know how to insert video here. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Anyway, I'll put it at the end. Who cares? I put a bunch of pictures in here that represent things that have to do with our new unit. So I'm going to, I haven't decided yet. I probably will pull them out myself because of germs, but normally I would probably let the kids pull one thing out and see if they could guess what our new unit was going to be about. So I have an actual tortoise and hare here. I have this cool picture, and of course these are on Bing. I'm not selling any of these things, so I copied them out for my own use only, so if they're trademarked, I'm not doing anything naughty with them. This was really cool. It has characteristics, I don't know if you can see, of her physical traits and then of her inside traits, and so a lot of this unit talks about character traits and character motivations for why they do what they do. Oh, there was also a story about John Henry in our unit. It's a all benchmark advance. I believe all of them are, all of ours anyway, are 3-week units. And so not the first week, I don't think, but one of the second or the third week, we read about John Henry and then another blacksmith. And so the writing component, this unit is opinion writing. So the kids have to talk about who they think had the better and the more descriptive story, I think, for John Henry. But I don't know if they're gonna know who this is. There was the picture from the cartoon that probably more kids would be familiar with. So I picked this one to make it a little more difficult, but you can see his hammer there, so they might know. Then a real spider and Anansi the spider, and they, in their recommended trade book section, I want to say trademark, I don't know what's wrong with me tonight, they have the Anansi series listed, I think, or maybe I just made that up, but I think they had Anansi on there, and I have a lot of these books, so I put that in there. Then this little one is a little tiny, I think it's Usborne book, and it says stories from around the world. This, wisdom tales. I mean, I'm guessing they'll probably come up with the fable part fairly quickly, but who knows? This, what's the moral of the story? And this was from a clip that said stories from around the world, so I thought that was kind of good. The Lion and the Rabbit. I tried to pick some that were set up in a way that the people who had been familiar with Aesop would recognize the animal aspect and the title, the way that they were titled, but might not for sure know the stories. Is anything I'm saying making sense to me? The Thirsty Crow. Then I have, had to throw in the actual brand new 2019, I think, Aladdin, 2018, I don't know. This one is the Thirsty Crow again, but a different picture, more cartoony, but he's dropping the pebbles in, problem solving. Here we have a picture of the dog and the bone, making his way across the bridge. Oh, if they look really closely, they can see Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk there, but it's mostly Beanstalk. They'll probably get that one. Oh, this one is the Wind and the Sun. You win more people over by kindness than by strength. Here we have the Fox and the Grapes. Here we have this one, I'll pull out last because that's, a dead giveaway. This is the only one that I have that says Aesop anywhere on it. Here we have the Dove and the Ant, the one I was telling you about. And lastly, this was on Bing, but I recognize this from Pinterest too. It's an anchor chart about character traits, inside versus outside character traits. And so anyway, I thought these would be great. I would also love some suggestions, if you have any, about actual items I could put in there. I thought if I had a rabbit's foot, but I don't think I do. I have a tortoise, but pretty sure he wouldn't fit. And also, cruelty to animals and all. What else? I might have a little baby tortoise I could put in there, like a little glass one I think I have that's tiny. Maybe I'll put that in there. But if you can think of, I could put a dog biscuit in there. That would be kind of cute, the dog and the bone. I don't know if they'd get that. It's kind of far-fetched. Get it fetched. Anyway, might do that. If you can think of any ideas though, let me know, and maybe I can do it before Monday. Thank you. Okay, really quick before I sign off, I wanted to show you what came in the mail. I ordered this series from Amazon, and I only got the first 3, but then the 4th one in the series showed up on, you know, one of those, since you bought this, you should buy this Amazon ads. And it was the 4th one in the series, and it was only like $4 with tax, so I bought it. But anyway, the Treehouse series. I don't know if you've seen these or not. I've looked at them before, and I looked at Barnes & Noble, but they didn't have the first one, and I really wanted the first one, so I didn't buy them at Barnes & Noble. They only had like, oh my gosh, I want to say like the 5th one or something, and maybe the one before it, maybe 4th one, 5th one, but they were hardbacks, and I like the paperbacks better. So anyway, 13-story treehouse, and then it goes, so 13-story treehouse is first, then the 26-story treehouse, then, wait for it, this one's still in the bag, the 39-story treehouse. And let me open this one while I'm talking. Again, it's just silly nonsense, but they look so much fun. I think the kids are really gonna love these, and they're such quick reads. Here on the back are, let's see if I can hold that still there, 8 of them. And I'm not even sure if that's all of them. There might be more. Let's see when the 39th story treehouse was written. Yeah, this is back in 2013, so there might be 20 by now. I don't even know. But I have the first 4 now. The 4th one is coming any day. But these just look like so much fun. I feel like I've looked at this one before. I didn't buy it way back, but I'll give you kind of a peek. They're a cross between a regular book and a graphic novel. Like, look at how fun that is. The kids love these little tiny things and goofball expressions and everything. So I feel like these will be, you know, really quick reads, even though, you know, they're fairly long books. Let me see how long. Okay, so this is the next one. They do the little sneak peek. That's the smartest thing authors have ever done, by the way. I feel like they give you a sneak peek to the next book, so you gotta buy it. Oh, the 13th story treehouse bonus materials. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is find out how many pages there are. 237, 239. So 239 pages, but come on. I mean, I feel like I could probably read this. They go by chapters too. How many chapters does that make? Chapter 13. It says the end, but then it keeps going. So let's see, chapter 13. Okay, yeah, it really was the end. 13 chapters, so I'm thinking 2 chapters a day, easy. So inside of 2 weeks, could get through one of these books. By comparison, we are just past the halfway point in Mr. Lemoncello's Escape from Mr. Lemoncello's Library, the first one. The kids are loving it. So I'm going to give them a choice whether or not they want to hear the second book in the series, or if we want to skip to this series or a totally different series. I've got a lot of them. Anyway, so this was my new purchase. And this set of 3, I'll link below, but it was $20. It wasn't crazy. And I'm excited. I think they're going to be fun. The premise, didn't tell you about that. The premise is these 2 boys, and it's a little weird because they're kids and they live alone in a treehouse, but, you know, imagination. Andy and Terry live in a 13-story treehouse. Oh my gosh, I can't read that. The most amazing treehouse in the world. It has a bowling alley, a see-through swimming pool, a secret underground laboratory, and a marshmallow machine that follows you around and automatically shoots marshmallows into your mouth whenever you're hungry, right? I mean, if you were a kid, wouldn't you want that? Together, they have a series of completely nutty adventures because anything can happen in a 13-story treehouse. So it's just absolute goofball nonsense, but the kids will love it. I can just tell. So I don't even know if I can't maybe even read 3 chapters in a day because honestly, the reading is pretty light. Pictures are heavy, reading is light. So that's going to be really fun. Then I wanted to also show you really quickly, I went to the library today, which was amazing. I showed you this morning that Jacqueline West wrote them. They are called the, oh shoot, it's back further in the book. I'll put a picture here somewhere. But the Spellbound something. Anyway, I looked and they only had books 3, 4, and 5 in the library. So I was very sad. So I had to make myself feel better and pick up some other books because I'm sure you're shocked. This one looks really good. So I'll go back another time and get the other ones. Actually, I might order the first one on Amazon. See if I like it. This one is called Other Words for Home. This one I've read reviews on and it looks really wonderful. Really quickly, it is about Jude, who is from Syria, I believe. Yep, Syria, and the fighting in her hometown makes her parents really nervous, and so they send Jude and her mom to live with relatives in Cincinnati. And it just talks about her experiences with America and how America is very different from what she's always seen in movies and things like that, and just kind of assimilating into a new culture, and it just sounds really sweet. And it also won, what is that one? Newbery Honor Book. So it didn't win, but it's a runner-up. Okay, and then this one looks super cute. Have not ever even heard a thing about it. It's called The Land of Roar. And this one is about well, I'll just read it because if I can. It says, when Arthur and Rose Trout were little, I'm going to have to take off my glasses. I'm so blind. Okay. When Arthur and Rose Trout were little, they were the heroes of Roar, an imaginary land they created together. Roar was full of their favorite things: ninja wizards, mermaids, unicorns, dragons, and fantastic places to explore and play. But it was also full of things that sent shivers down their spines. Now that they're 11, Rose would rather play on her phone than play games with Arthur, who can't resist teasing her every chance he gets, and they haven't visited or even thought about Roar in years. But when their grandfather suddenly vanishes, it looks like a villain who still looms in their nightmares has spirited him away to the magical land that the twins once loved. To rescue Granddad, Arthur and Rose must return to the world they'd nearly forgotten and once again become the masters of Roar. But when they get there, they find that Granddad isn't the only one who needs saving. That just sounds awesome. And this one was written by Jenny McLachlan. McLachlan. Easy for me to say. And it was written in, or published in, 2019. And the last one I got is called If We Were Giants. I just love that cover. Isn't that beautiful? Little guy there, or little gal there, I don't know. It says, if we were giants, little voices can have a huge impact. Love that. And it's by Dave Matthews and Clete Barrett Smith. And really quickly, I'll read you what this is about. Oh, it's a long one. Okay. Kira, a curious, agile, and outgoing girl, lives in an idyllic community hidden inside a dormant volcano. She and her father are the only two people allowed to venture beyond its walls. Kira is in training to become a storyteller like him, and together they travel from village to village, spreading fearsome tales designed to keep outsiders away from their secret nest. One day, after hearing rumors of strangers called the Takers in the area, Kira leaves the volcano by herself, hoping to discover her own story. But she unknowingly leads the Takers back to her doorstep, and they rob her of everything she has ever held dear. A devastated Kira is found by a boy named Luan and adopted into his family, which lives among others high in the trees of a dense forest. Now quiet and withdrawn, Kira hides her dark past from everyone and never wants to leave the safety of her tree dwelling. Luan, on the other hand, loves to explore. One day, it leads to trouble. He is captured while spying on a group of strangers. The Takers have returned. To save the tree folk, Kira must face her inner demons and summon all her storytelling prowess to weave the most important tale of her life. I just make up my own stories. This compelling novel about overcoming loss, embracing community, and living in harmony with nature is highlighted with a full-color insert of artwork by Antonio Javier Caparo, making it perfect for family sharing. And I did notice when I picked this up right away, look at the pictures, they are gorgeous. So there's one. Just very fanciful, and I feel like, yes, girls obviously will like this. I'm a girl, and I think I'm going to like it, but the boys in my class, of which there are 14, will like this a lot, I think. And my girls that I have, one of them in particular is a huge Harry Potter fan, and I feel like this is kind of right up her alley too. So anyway, that one, so those three I got at the library. I'm going to preview them first, you know, in my spare time. I'm going to just read those right up. I'm still reading The Train to Impossible Places. Is that what it's called? I think so. I'm about halfway through that one. I'm still working on my Mr. Limoncello's Great Library Race. I did not work on it at all last week with conferences. Even though we had the 3-day weekend, I just was exhausted and did not. So I'm going to work on that one for Teachers Pay Teachers starting now. It is 7:15 on Saturday night. I'm going to start working on that and then do some reading. Anyway, I'm going to end the vlog here. If you found anything remotely entertaining or helpful in this vlog, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to help me grow my channel. And have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Remain hopeful about the world we live in, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.